Is it starting?
Yeah, I was like, I started mine.
Okay, it's going.
Okay, so I guess we just I guess we just start. Hello. Welcome to DCY Live. Legitimately this time. Like it's a real this time.
Podcast.
Because of VBS going on throughout the week, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. That's including Wednesday night. So the whole sanctuary is just given over. Man, we gave it over to VBS so that we can love our community, and hopefully a lot of y'all are there right now and watching this recording later and actually volunteering at VBS. But either way, what we wanted to do this week is kind of talk about relationships, more so from the side of dating and marriage. And so I'll go ahead. My name's Cody. I'm married to Lexus.
My name is Lexus, and I'm married to Cody.
Yes. Over there.
My name is Makayla, and I'm dating Peyton.
And I'm Peyton, and I'm dating Makayla.
Good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we're all on the same page.
Yes.
I wasn't going to do it, but I was like, I won't break
Perfect.
it.
It's perfect. Just want to make sure everything's clear.
Clarify.
But I do want to get into some kind of conversations just about relationships because, I mean, we were talking about it a little bit ago of just how we are kind of on an older side of relationships, which allows us to look back on the relationships that we've had in the past and the relationships we had in high school and look back at I don't know about y'all, but when I look back at high school Cody, I'm just like, you idiot. Like, what are you doing? Like, and so there's all these kind of decisions that I wish people would have told me about relationships. And so
They probably did tell you.
they probably did tell me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They probably did tell me. But I kind of want to just kind of open the discussion talking about relationships. But I do want to start with something fun and kind of go through how each of us met. And so do y'all want to go first of how y'all met?
I'll let you take this one.
You'll let me take this
yes,
one.
I'll let you take this
Just
one.
how we met?
Yeah.
The very first
Tell me the
time?
story.
So I started serving in youth, and my first day in youth, Cody took me into the game room and was like, oh, I'm going to introduce you to some people. And was like, this is Makayla. And she shook my hand like this with the dead fish.
Well, like a weak handshake.
She gave me
It's like
limp fingers only.
Dang, she said
Did
kiss
you
it.
grab
She
the?
said kiss
Did
the
you grab her
hand.
fingers?
Yes,
and-
just like that.
Oh.
And I remember being like, ugh, that was terrible.
Cringe.
Yeah, I was,
But I did it intentionally.
What?
yeah, that's why I was like, what? She's like, so you remember me?
So you
I was
remember
like,
me.
Interesting.
A horrible
talking-
handshake?
I've never heard that.
Okay,
never
so
heard that tactic.
the-
Let's see.
thought
Okay, so
process
that was
was off.
that was a solid tactic, and you could say that it worked, or Peyton, did you have to look past that to get?
oh, we moved forward in spite of.
Okay, okay.
spite
So,
of.
hey, give it a shot. You know, give it a shot.
Horrible
you know.
handshake. 100%.
Or horrible handshake.
Yeah, that was the first time we met.
Yeah.
And so then who kind of
texted me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was waiting. For
Oh,
you.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know he was gonna ask that, but
Yeah.
you know,
I was being nice. I invited him to young adults.
Oh wow.
I was
yeah.
being nice.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
being
the
nice.
old,
For the
hey, you want to
record, I
come to
was being
church
nice.
with me?
That's a good one. It's a good tactic.
It's
Like,
a good
hello,
one.
serve. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It did what it needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
go
fine.
ahead, absolutely. And it's just a good gauge of like, all right, how real are they? You know,
Yeah.
are they about God? Like,
This is true.
that's a
This is true.
good tactic, solid tactic.
So you waited like 15 minutes before you texted back?
No,
Just
no,
to,
he did
like,
not. 2
Ooh.
seconds.
Immediately?
2 seconds.
Immediately.
He was waiting. He was
she's
waiting.
playing on my memory because I don't know what happened. I don't know if I texted
Oh,
back
he doesn't
immediately or
remember.
not.
He doesn't remember. Yeah.
He doesn't remember because all he saw, he went black as soon as he saw some kind of invite from Makayla. He was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think you were
so-
at work.
Was I?
I feel like you were at work whenever
Probably.
you did that.
So
Nice.
2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Okay.
100%.
I don't even text that fast. So.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You did at one point.
No. Do you want to talk about how we first met, or do you want me to? You don't remember?
No, I do remember. It's just like you can go. You
Okay.
can say it, and
Okay.
I'll chime in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way I remember it is, so we went to the same Bible school, and I was a year ahead of her. But it was a really small Bible school, so everybody knew everybody, and so we were all just like hanging outside of like Moore Hall, our study area, and.
Oh, I remember what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Now. Tell me that.
Yeah, now it is. So you didn't remember. I'll let you go.
Well, no, I just didn't know like how in the weeds we were getting. You know what I mean? But like, you want to tell this story.
I want to say how I first met you. Then you
Yeah.
can say how you first met me.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's the same.
Oh,
But
no.
I wouldn't have told the part that you're gonna say, but go for it.
I'm super proud of it, honestly.
Okay, good.
But So we were all just hanging out outside there, and then at some point it came up that she was a cheerleader in high school. And I immediately looked at her and went, "You were a cheerleader?" She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I got a wicked toe touch." And she was like, "Do you really?" And I was like, "Do you want to see?" She was like, "Okay." So I did it, and I have to say, it's a solid toe touch because her response was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good."
That's how you know something's really good. I say, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's peak Lexus comment. Wow, yeah, it's pretty good.
No, but I do remember, and it was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure I could still pull it off.
I don't want to see. Like,
Well, yeah, we
listen,
can't do it right now.
I have a bad ankle these days, so
She's just nervous now.
yeah, no toe touches anymore. Please.
No toe touches anymore.
But yeah, we met at Bible school, and yeah, the rest is history.
Did either of y'all social media stalk the other one?
She's tried so hard to stalk me.
No, no.
I wasn't on social media at all at the time.
Listen, I knew about Peyton before Peyton knew about me because people went to Galveston Outreach and told me about Peyton.
Shameless plug. Galveston
So,
Outreach.
yes, Galveston Outreach. But Peyton didn't stalk me. His parents stalked me and found my, Jennifer and David, found
Well, that was
my
later on.
staff, faculty, teacher website.
Oh,
They
wow.
went that far in and
Wow,
found
they went to
my...
Indeed.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, this was later on. All right.
They
and my
stalked
my
me.
parents,
They
I
need
think
to know.
they-
It's important. You
people
know?
would ask me like, "You talking to anybody?" And I'd be like, or like, "You seen anybody?" I'm like, "Not yet, but just wait." Because like I knew it was gonna happen.
I got a prospect.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a prospect. Something's in the works. That sounds made up.
Yeah.
If a guy ever
Something's in
tells
the
me
works.
something's in the works, I'm like, "Shut up, bro. You ain't got nothing. Your phone's dry."
Yeah.
But I will say, I stalked him, and then boom, his Instagram disappeared.
Ooh,
Because
went to
he-
private.
No, he
Oh.
like deactivated it or something.
Okay, that's kind of like
Okay, no,
Sketchy.
psycho.
no.
Like a deactivated.
Got her. Time to
No,
go.
I was off of social media completely, and I found out that everybody was going and stalking me because of this one, and so I was like, "Oh no, like I'm not even on social media, and they're
We don't
stalking
want
it."
Peyton's pics circa 2017.
Yeah, and like,
we don't need to see
my
that.
my tagged photos from my mom and stuff. I was like, I
Oh.
gotta like
Oh,
get.
those are the good
Listen,
ones.
Yeah,
they
no.
run deep. They run like 2010 deep.
yeah.
Oh, and honestly, with this generation, they can go to like their parents' Facebook, and I'm sure they got all the
the-
embarrassing
Yeah,
stuff of
yeah.
everybody.
For sure.
100%.
Oh yeah, no, my mom didn't. I got Facebook before my mom did, so I'm pretty safe.
Oh, but your mom has Facebook now.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest following her on Facebook.
I love Lisa Ross.
Lisa Ross.
No, she's the best.
She's the best. No, absolutely. Did you Instagram stalk me?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. Listen,
Absolutely, you did.
I'm not even going to deny it.
100%.
I will Instagram stalk anybody, okay?
100%.
Your aunt comes over, I'm going to stalk her. Like, you're talking about your friend at work, guess what? I'm going to stalk her. Like, that's just what we do
It's
these
just,
days.
yes,
That's her.
100%.
It's pretty impressive.
It's her. She'll be finding out your phone number, your address, like.
I'm going to look up your house on Har, okay? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
is
do
it?
Whoa,
What
what
is
is
it?
har?
Where is it at?
They don't even know what har is.
They
What is
know
har?
what har is.
There ain't no way they know what har
I
is.
don't know what
it
har
stands
is.
for?
I didn't know what har was whenever I was in high
Okay,
school.
on Realtor.com.
Realtor.com.
All
Yeah,
right.
har is a way to find people. You can see houses sold.
Yeah, for
Square
sale. Or
footage.
rent, okay? You
Square
can see for
footage.
rent, too.
You have an electric or gas stove.
Yeah, I'm looking
We
at
are
everything,
just-
okay?
Painting out how to stalk people
Okay.
is
Okay.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a
Being
life skill,
safe.
and it can
Just-
come in handy.
No,
Yes.
you don't need to.
You should.
You should.
Both of the guys. Let it be authentic. Both
Yeah.
the girls
Yeah.
do every bit of
Listen,
research you can.
stalk them.
They're
Find
like,
their
I'm gonna
blood
tell you
type.
find the
right
dirt.
now.
Yeah, find their blood type.
No. But if it's on their page,
It's welcome to
okay?
everybody.
If it's on your page,
Oh,
We're
that's
gonna-
a little side note right
yeah,
there.
I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can't get mad at people for looking at
No.
it.
Yeah,
so.
and it's always good to do every once in a while when you just think about it. Do a good cleanse of
A sweep.
all. Yeah, a
Social
sweep.
media cleanse.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
sweep. I've done many sweeps and just been like, oh God, thank God I've done this. Like,
Yeah.
thank God I've done this.
Yeah, that is one thing. When we got like seriously into our relationship, I was like, I think we can delete the mirror pics from high school.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's just probably a
Yeah,
good
that
idea.
was bad. I told
You
you, man,
haven't
high
done
school
that?
Cody.
I don't post.
Oh.
Peyton's
I'm
got
sure you
like 3
did in high
pictures on his
And one of them
Instagram.
she posted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
most.
then you're in the clear.
Yeah,
That's
honestly,
good.
But
yeah.
then you go to the tagged.
It's different.
I didn't post those.
Nobody is allowed to see my tags. Hello, I have that on private.
Yeah, you can private them.
Oh.
Oh.
The more you know.
The more
okay?
you know. The more you know.
The more you know.
All right, so diving in just a little bit about some more fun
Wait,
stuff.
I have
honestly.
to clarify. My tags aren't private for any reason other than like if it's not a good photo, it's not gonna be on my feed.
What you hiding? What you
yeah.
hiding?
You know, like I didn't
quick,
want-
she got scared
She
real
said,
quick. She's like, wait.
Time out.
Well, I just in my mind was like, that sounded kind of sketchy. You know, like I need to clarify that I'm not sketch.
I know. I don't think it's scary. I mean, we turned our stuff private after we had Shep, just because we were like, now we're putting our kid out there.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Actually, everything's private now. But yeah, you still can't. You can't tag me in a photo and it be on my Instagram. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So I think a great way to really kind of figure out how our relationships work is to talk about what we love the most about the other person and what the other person annoys us the most by doing. Because I think that's a good way to start. I'll start with annoy.
I've been waiting for this
Just,
moment.
Let me think if I can think of anything. No, I think it's always the fact that neither of us are like dirty people, but the way Lexus.
He's implying that.
No. I said neither of us were.
Okay.
The way Lexus enjoys cleaning is she wants to clean everything at once when she's in the mode. And if you're not in the mode, what are you doing? You late? Like you can't. What do you mean? We're cleaning right now. Whereas I am
Clean as you go.
Clean as I go. So when I get coffee in the morning, I'll put the coffee cup. I'll rinse the coffee cup out and put it in the sink. Lexus stores them on where she does her makeup in the morning. And so there's like. I mean, there's got to be whole ecosystems in coffee cups.
Not always. Sometimes I lose track of the day, and it happens.
Sometimes.
Listen,
She's a mom.
But what
It was
happens
before-
Monday
way
through
before she was a
Friday? None of my business. Like I'm just trying to survive.
See, and I am the way of like, all right, if I know if I don't put this away right now, I'm just gonna have to do it later when I don't want to. I'm already moving right now. I might as well do it right now. And so I think I don't find it as annoying as until you get to the big cleaning mode, and I'm like, we wouldn't have to clean like this if you would have been clean along the way. That's where I get annoyed. That's where I have it.
Okay, I'll let you have it. I won't rebuttal too much, but maybe on the other side of that, the thing that annoys me the most about you
Just get it off the
chest. Gotta get it off the chest. For somebody who cleans as they go, you start the washer and you never remember to move it over. And if you do,
sometimes.
if you do remember to move it over, you don't fold it for days. And
Who folds their laundry immediately?
if you
What psycho
do,
does that?
This is my annoyance.
No.
Sorry.
If you do fold it, he leaves it in the basket for an extra 3 to 4 days. Like, it's just not helpful at that point. Like, I'm pulling clean clothes from the basket instead of from,
You fold it and put it back in the basket?
yes.
I
Well,
can't back
if
you on
I
that
fold it
one.
on the
I can't
couch,
back
like
you
or
on that
something
one.
like that, like
I'm not pulling from the closet anymore. I'm pulling from the clean clothes in the basket that have been there for a week.
the what
So-
clothes? The what clothes though?
Semi-clean, allegedly.
Yeah, our washer isn't that great.
What? We just got a new washer. Don't be hating on it. So, should we do loves or are we going to let them do annoyances?
I feel like we should do love.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like we should let them do annoyance.
All right, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Or is it too many annoyances at once? Like, goodness gracious, these people.
I feel like we just can't let it sit. You know
Yeah,
what I
just-
mean? Like we gotta.
Okay,
you
we
gotta,
gotta
you
do
gotta-
love.
yeah.
love,
Okay,
do
love.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
Festering.
honestly, like I've told you this before that I mean you're just the absolute strongest woman I've ever met in my life. Truthfully, of just the amount of stuff. Oh, sorry.
Don't look me in the eye, okay?
The amount of
It's
stuff
getting
that
weird.
like you carry, and the amount of like man, the amount of things you have going on in your brain. Like I don't know. Truthfully, like when you start to unload all those, I get overwhelmed, and you like are able to carry that weight. And you do it for our family like I've never seen. And you do it for me. Like whenever I went down with my ankle, like you held the house together. Like, and the things we went through that entire year were just, man, some of the hardest, definitely the hardest year of our life. Was it 2023?
Yeah.
2023, hardest year of our life. And watching watching your strength just absolutely exude off and just everything you did just, it honestly, like, it made me so proud to be your husband, truthfully.
That's really sweet. I'm going to cut you off before I cry. I think the thing that I love the most about you is how good of a person you are. Like, you make me want to be a better person, and just how well you care for other people, and that you're always constantly putting other people above yourself. And just the person that you are, like, is so encouraging and so giving, and it really inspires me because I'm somebody who can kind of be more like, I mean, I'm not trying to make myself sound bad here, but like, listen, I'm not as like caring as you or like empathetic. And so you've shown me how important that is. And so, yeah, that's what I love the most about you. Was it a good one?
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Oh,
yeah.
you're going to cry?
Yeah, no.
Too?
No. They're going to start doing annoying so we can kind of like clean it up.
You want me to go
Yeah,
first?
go ahead.
Okay. The biggest thing that annoys me from Peyton is lots of times I will be frustrated or upset about certain situations or the way something played out, and I'll tell him. And when we first started dating, he would give me all these solutions and be like, here's this to fix your problem. And I'd be like, why don't you just listen to me? I don't need you to give me solutions to everything. So now, whenever we have days where I'm upset or something, he's like, do you want me to listen or do you want a solution? And I pick. And it works. It works great.
Have you ever picked wrong?
Yeah, she's picked solution. She's picked solution and then been like,
Never mind, I wanted
Yeah.
So is it like 9 times out of 10 listen?
No. I value
Yeah.
the
Okay.
solutions. I value the solutions. There are definitely times where I've had like things happen with like friendships and he's given me some pretty solid advice.
Yeah, it's
with
solid. And she'd be like, you're wrong.
that.
You gotta sit with it a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
you got to sit with it.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Besides always having to carry the Stanley Cup, it's got to be, this is like number one, being late everywhere.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew
no.
it.
Dude,
Hey.
like, I'm not saying I'm on time all the time, but I don't think she's ever been within 2 hours of being late
No.
anywhere.
That's a lie. 15.
Wait, she's 2 hours late to everything?
Everything.
No.
Stop.
No.
This is a lie. Okay,
Everything.
no. This stems from Thanksgiving at
But
my
wait.
parents'
Oh.
house.
Have you been 2 hours late before?
We're unloading some family trauma. here.
Absolutely.
When? Other than Thanksgiving.
But look, I don't know if I've ever been 2 hours late in my life.
Hey,
No,
don't
no,
say
no.
that. We have a kid now. We might be.
That's how my family operates. They'll tell you be here at 12,
Yeah.
really be here at 2.
Yeah.
So like to holidays.
Yeah, you're gonna be there all day.
So
You're
with
gonna be
her
there all
family,
day.
it was Thanksgiving, said we're going to get there at 2. So I show up at 2:15 going, oh, I'm late.
Yeah.
And I'm knocking on the door, nobody's answering. So I just walk in, and everybody's in their rooms, and they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to be here at 2. And they're like, no. Like, no cooking, nobody
no.
dressed, no cars, nothing.
They were cooking, but it's like
Yeah.
an all day thing. You're
Yeah.
there like for
casual.
12
Yeah.
hours.
You just
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, my family's
You
the
know?
type that if it's at 2, if you're going to be there at 2:15, you should probably send a text to let them know.
Yeah,
Couldn't have
but it's like in our DNA to be late.
been. We're working on it.
Hey,
Potentially.
sometimes you just got to expect it. I know when I mark a leaders meeting that Makayla's going to be like
Yeah.
10-15 late
Yeah.
with a coffee.
That's
For
when you
sure.
start telling them. Like, if you know she's going to be like 30 minutes
Yep.
late, you give her 30 minutes early. Like, if it starts at 1, you tell her noon.
Sorry, I gotta
We
tell this
all
story.
have family members like that.
We were going to play pickleball with some people, and we were supposed to be there at 11:30.
You can't be late to pickleball.
I told at 11:30.
weren't.
I told her we had to be there at 10:45. We show up at 11:25, and she's like, "I'm sorry, we're late." I'm like, "It's okay. We're here 5 minutes early."
Yeah, he was so calm.
That should have been the first sign. He was calm. Like, what?
Yeah,
He was so
true.
calm, and I was like, we were early, weren't we? You know?
You just have to
Barely.
learn how to balance each other,
He literally made a joke the other day that, like, he's going to be, like, standing on the aisle, and I'm just, keep taking my time.
And you might be, and you know what? That's fine.
And that's fine.
It's your
That's
day.
fine.
It's your
It's
day.
my day.
Yeah, she would be late to her own wedding.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine.
So when's I'm just kidding. So
Stop it.
what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing probably is like your servant heart. Like I will say for me, a big thing with having a walk in a relationship with God is just serving. Like that is what we're called to do, whether it's in-house of church or outside. Serving has been something that's very big with youth, kids, VBS, Galveston Outreach, Kids Harbor. And so to find somebody that like matches the energy of not necessarily just being willing to go, but being the one that's like, we need to go, or
Yeah.
we need to do this, or that actually enjoys and loves serving other people was big for me. So that's what I love about you the most.
Dang. All those answers were so sentimental and so
Yours is not.
But
We're
we
also
need mine.
emotional up here. Oh my gosh.
It might not sound as sentimental, but my favorite thing about you, the thing that I love, is that like how much joy and fun you bring into my life. And that can sound like, fun, really? But, like, my default is, like, I'll just go sit by myself forever.
Yeah.
And, like...
and be content.
Like, when I'm in the car, I'll listen to, like, podcasts or, like, things like that. And she's like, no, let's have fun. Let's listen to this. Like, just the joy she brings, that you bring of, like, we'll just be driving. She's like, look at that squirrel. Look at that baby squirrel. And I'm
I
like,
thought you were going to say something else.
no.
The goose story.
Oh.
No. We have to know.
Yeah, we were driving to church, actually, and she was like, look at the gooses. And I was like, the gooses? You're an English teacher. You
Words
mean...
are hard.
She was like...
Okay.
I was like, you mean the geese? And she
The
was like...
geeses.
She was like, no. I mean the gooses. And she argued it with me.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
But yes, the thing that I love the
listen.
most is the joy and the fun. Because she's always like, let's go to a Nationals game. Let's go to the beach. Let's go hang out with friends or family or whatever. It's always... We're always doing something, but not because of me. Like, she pushes me to do these things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
See, well, we made a mistake of finding confident women, and that whenever they talk in English, sometimes the confidence gets them.
What other language are we going to speak?
Well,
Yeah. Stop it.
yeah.
What other language?
Listen, if you're going to be wrong,
You gotta be
confidently
confident,
wrong.
dude.
And Lexus
Okay?
is, and it sounds like she is too with gooses.
Yeah.
But we have a similar story of I think we were dating, engaged. I don't know, somewhere.
Yeah, probably engaged.
Yeah, somewhere in there, and something happened where we were like making fun of a show or something like that, but somebody dropped like an Asian accent, and I did dropped like an Asian accent, and Lexus goes, "Oh no, did you? Somebody did. It doesn't matter.
No, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. She dropped like an Asian accent. I was like, what do you speak in Mandarin? And she goes, yeah, Cody, I'm speaking orange. I was like,
Listen.
no, Mandarin's a real language.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Mandarin.
Yeah,
was a
and I told her,
language.
she goes, who knew? I was like, everybody knew.
I stand by that. Like,
That's fair.
and you
That's
know what?
fair.
Call me crazy, but like, I stand by it. I didn't know.
Hey, see
You
what I
don't know
mean?
what you don't know.
Confident.
Yeah.
That's what I love. That's what I love.
Yeah.
All right, so enough about us. Let's talk about like actual relationships. And so the question I presented to y'all that I want to talk about is we can start at the ground level of because I want to talk about what you should look for somebody else in a relationship. Like what shows that somebody else is a good person, or even your just personal, like what your preference is on a type of personality or something like that for somebody else in a relationship. But I want to start by saying the very bare minimum that you're not allowed to say, because it's the easy answer, but the bare minimum should not just be that they say they're a Christian. The bare minimum should be that they are actively pursuing a relationship with God, because there's a difference in that. There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I believe in God, and then do nothing about it.
Yeah.
They believe that there's a God so they don't go to hell. And that, if you're somebody who is pursuing Christ, and if you aren't, you should be, but if you're somebody who's doing that, it's always going to feel like there is a weight behind you. It's what the Bible talks about of being unequally yoked, is what that means. Is that unequally yoked can also mean not just somebody who's a Christian and somebody who's not. It can also be somebody who is actively pursuing God and somebody who just doesn't really care about the relationship with God. That does cause tension too.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go ahead and take the things I was going to say?
That's bare minimum. You can't start with bare minimum.
Well, no, I mean, but you touched on some of the things. But
Yeah.
like we've talked about it a lot before. Of the Bible talks about even the demons believe. So
Yeah.
believing is not the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like actually, the only difference is the demons actually fear God. Whenever a lot of people who call themselves
don't.
Christians don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
And so that's the bare minimum of if you ever think, should I be dating this person? That should be the first thing you ask is, are they actively pursuing their relationship with God? Like, are they growing in their relationship? If they are not, that is not somebody you should be pursuing, because it will pull you back. It is missionary dating is what it's called. Missionary dating is not a thing and should not be a thing. All right, that is not a thing. So, who wants to start of like outside of that? What do you look for in a relationship?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, she's the only one who brought notes, so she's
Yeah.
gonna go first.
There's a lot of things, but I think like the first one that I want to start off with is like work ethic. I think and I believe just because I'm a busybodied person, like I have to be doing stuff. If not, I feel like I'm lazy and I'm not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
So that's just how I'm wired. Thank my dad for that. He's a busybody person too, so I know that's where I get it from. But when I look at somebody and typically I'm like getting to know them, I'm like, okay, like, you know, what goals do you have, like work related goals? You know, what are you currently doing for work? What do you hope to be doing? You know, do you hope to own businesses? Because I feel like a lot of times people, you can not want to say judge character, but you can kind of get a feel for like how they are as a person by asking those questions, because you have the side of somebody who's ambitious and driven and determined, and they want to grow and they want to develop all these different skill sets or like strengthen their trade, versus somebody who's just complacent. And like that to me is like, okay, if you're like that with work, which is your income, how are you going to show that in a relationship, whether that's like a romantic or a friendship based level relationship? Like, are you going to actively do things to better each other? Like iron sharpens iron. So if you're not willing to work within yourself and have those own goals, to me that kind of sets a tone for like how you navigate other things in your life.
For sure. I think it's important when like looking for a relationship that you look outside of like how the other person treats you, and like outside of how the other person is like kind of pursuing you in the relationship, and you look at like one, how they are at their job or how they are in whatever phase of life that they're in, but also like how they treat people and treat others. Are they like super reactive? Are they super like offended all the time? Like those are red flags. And it's a lot of times people are like, well, he doesn't treat me like that, or he doesn't talk to me like that. And it's just like, it's only a matter of time. So it's like, I mean, this might sound grown, but like if from a woman's perspective, if he's rude to his mom, okay, like red flag, okay, from a boy mom.
Yeah, from a boy mom.
No, but if he's rude to his mom, like that's just such like an indicator of like internally, like how he's processing things. His emotional maturity, I think, is like huge these days. So like finding somebody who can be slow to speak and slow to be angry is huge. And just finding somebody who knows and has the maturity to be able to handle conflict and not pop off, or handle conflict and not get offended, and somebody who's quick to forgive, like somebody who can sit down, talk through things, not get offended, and then forgive others and continue on.
Yeah, that's important. I'll go next. I think it's big, not just, this is talking from like a guy's side, but like also I think it goes both ways of whenever God made Adam, he said, it's not good for man to be alone. I'm going to give him a helper. And so I think somebody who is willing to help you is huge for me. The verse I have for it is Ecclesiastes, actually. And it's a verse that says, 2 people are better than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help, but someone who falls alone is in real trouble. And so finding somebody who can actually help you, that you are not going to be perfect. And so that's where that forgiveness comes in. That's there are going to be things in your life that, everybody's good personalities also like have a negative side to them. So like for me, I'm somebody who I can be content in a lot of things, of just like, I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I try to find the good in everything, but it can cause me to get in a lull where Lexus helps me a ton in a way of like, hey, like we got to keep doing stuff. Like we got to keep moving. And like that draws me forward. Like she helps me become a better person. And so somebody that helps you not only in a way of like challenging you, but also helps you along the way to do that. That isn't just like, well, why aren't you doing anything? But it's like, hey, what if we did this? Like helps in a way. Somebody that actually helps you and like lifts you up, I think is a big thing to look for.
I would say like having the same core values, like the things that matter most are the same. With me and her, it was like we were both doing ministry together, and it's just like we're walking side by side, and that's how we like came to be close. We started serving in things, and like you were talking about it being equally yoked, and that's in a lot of aspects. But like we got the Paul Hyde Award, and I've seen in the past like it's been like a guy from over here and a girl from over there. They're both married but different, and it's like always a male and a female. But like I got to share that with her because like we serve a lot together.
Yeah.
But just being equally yoked, like I saw that she was smart, she was very sociable and things like that, and we, you know, she like you were saying, she keeps me on my toes, like she keeps me pushing even whenever I'm down, and I get to do the same for her. So it was like just being equally yoked and valuing the same things was big.
Yeah, no, and I mean, y'all talk about the fact of y'all like serving a lot, and that is, I mean, I personally like want to make sure to thank y'all that y'all have like, man, helped me on like we've talked multiple times. It was just like, man, thank God for Peyton and Makayla because y'all have just, man, when I couldn't be at things, y'all were there, and not just youth ministry, young adults. I mean, Galveston outreach, like every single thing that I've ever asked of like, hey, I'm so sorry, can y'all do this again? And y'all like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. And I know not only are you willing to do it, but you also are going to, both of you, put all your effort into it to make it as good as you can and to make it as good as it can be. And so, like, I want to make sure to let y'all know, like, I appreciate that. Like, me and Lexus have really talked about a ton about how much we appreciate y'all. And, like, whenever we had Shep and we were figuring out what life is with no sleep for a while and also life with another life to take care of, you know what I mean? Like, y'all were, man, y'all filled in the gaps of everything that we were missing. And so I just want to make sure to really, not only do they say that, but they live that. And like, I can personally say that.
I appreciate
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, well, and we're going to close it off there. I think it's a good spot to end on. For real, if you have any questions about, man, even differences between marriage and dating, I think it's good to know both aspects. We're always open. Like, reach out to us, let us know. We want to give you all the advice we can. We're going to be real with the good and the bad stuff. But I just appreciate y'all coming out and giving up another evening, and probably also giving up the fact that as this is being sent out on Wednesday night, you're probably going to be at VBS. So giving up some more and serving some more.
Yeah, go Makayla.
Yay. But that'll be it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week. And that's it.
Oh, bye.